I'll start by taking a deep breath. I'm not breathing in the smoke of a world burning down, but the air of fresh possibilities because my generation is here. Yes, it's true. Our world has been shaken in so many ways. But you want to know what's so powerful? There has never been a better moment to step up as leaders, to speak up for what we believe in, to create change, and to build communities in a world that we feel proud to belong to. And just as our national anthem, Hatikva, reminds us, I have hope. And I have hope because I see the way my generation is stepping up and rising to the challenge. And I have hope because of rooms just like this one, filled with inspiring leaders that believe in the change we can create. Hello, everyone. I'm Mercedes Benzaquen, and I believe in change. I grew up in Barcelona, Spain, in a traditional Jewish household, went to Jewish day school, participated actively in my Jewish community and in my youth Zionist organization. But it was the moment when I turned 14 that I joined BBYO and I found my voice and a platform that gave me the ability to impact in the global Jewish world. Currently, I serve as the international team president of BBYO. For those that aren't familiar with this organization, it is the largest pluralistic Jewish youth movement in the entire world, actively impacting on 70,000 Jewish teens annually across 65 countries, 30 of our vibrant communities here in Europe. As part of my role, I get the opportunity to take a gap year after high school and travel and visit communities and continents to meet with Jewish teens for them to understand that they are the present and the ones in charge of building Jewish belonging in their communities. After traveling and learning about communities across Europe and the entire world, I want to bring to you 4 key aspects that are going to help us build communities here in Europe. The first key idea: creating spaces for Jewish joy and active belonging. For our communities to prosper, there must be multiple pathways for connection. We need to create spaces and platforms that reflect the diversity of opportunities to engage with Jewish life. Something very special about teens in BBYO is that they get to explore their Jewish identity around prayers and text study, but also around sports, social activism, tikkun olam, singing, dancing. Our communities should feel an integral part of someone's life, not just something that happens sporadically at a Friday night or a Saturday morning or during Jewish holidays. It should feel part of their daily and weekly routines. Idea number 2, collaboration between institutions is crucial. The total amount of Jews that are underengaged or underaffiliated in many communities outnumbers those that are involved. For our Jewish people to be strong and vibrant, we need to find ways to build bridges and collaborate and work together. We don't have time to be competitors. Idea number 3, adapting to our new realities. Our world is constantly changing. People in 2026 are not the same ones than 20 years ago or than a decade ago, and certainly not before the pandemic. Technology, culture, and language is shaping over time, which means we are constantly navigating through new terrain. It's easy to feel comfortable with our own experiences and our own realities, and we might not realize the change that is happening around us. But if there's something that I've learned about what makes BBYO so appealing to today's teens, is that we prioritize inclusivity and pluralism. We welcome every Jew and every kind of teen, and we are constantly adapting to our new audience to ensure that we remain being that welcoming environment that makes us so special. So if we continue doing what has worked in the past in our communities and don't stop and think about today's reality, we are failing our Jewish people. We must serve the audience that we have and meet them where they're at. And for the fourth and last, but definitely not least, key point, and one of the most important ones that I want to share with this group of people, is ensuring youth voices are present at the decision-making table. We are the ones that are in charge of building and shaping our world. We need to be active part of what it means to build community. BBYO works its best when it's fully teen-led. We are the ones planning the events, organizing year-round calendars, being held accountable for event and peer recruitment. We do the marketing, the budgeting, the fundraising. We practice democracy in the purest way, electing our next representatives and presenting motions to shape the movement we are part of. But when I talk with my peers, they often tell me that besides BBYO, in so many other environments, they feel that there's someone older than them telling them what to think, how to act, how to be. Young people often see a value gap in between our generation and the institutions we are part of. That's why me and my co-president want to bring to you this initiative called Seed for the Future. Seed for the Future calls upon all Jewish organizations to add a seat at the table for a youth voice as a full voting member of their governing bodies. This means that teens are no longer going to be watching from the sidelines how communities are built, but they're going to be active decision makers. The decisions made today will directly impact in my generation. We deserve to have a say. So as my time here starts to begin to a closing, the whole idea is simple. We must create active and joyful communities that work in collaboration to welcome every Jew and that young voices feel an integral part of them. The four key ideas. As our time here unfolds and we continue expanding our knowledge and our connections, remember, the change begins the moment we start making our journeys back to our home communities. And no, it's definitely not easy, and we can't expect it to be perfect the first day. But we must start taking steps to bring these aspects forward. Because just as I said when I started, there has never been a better moment and a more needed one to do it. Thank you very much.